If you've been looking into Portugal's Golden Visa, you've probably seen a lot of conflicting information. Programs changing, rules are tightening, some people are saying it's over. So, is it still worth it in 2026? Or have you missed the window? I'm going to give you an honest answer. So I'll tell you exactly what's changed, what still works, and whether this makes sense anymore depending on your situation. What's actually changed? Let's start with what's different, because there's a lot of noise out there and most of it's either outdated or wrong. The biggest change is that real estate is no longer a qualifying investment for the Golden Visa. That happened in October 2023. Before that, most people bought property in Lisbon or Porto and qualified. That route is gone. What's still open is investment funds. You invest a minimum of 500,000 euros into a qualifying Portuguese fund and you're eligible. The fund route has actually been available the whole time, it just wasn't as popular when you could buy an apartment instead. The other thing that's changed is processing times. IMO, which replaced the old CEF agency, has been slower than people expected. Applications that used to take 8 to 12 months are now sometimes taking longer. But here's what hasn't changed, and this is the important part. What still makes it one of the best options in Europe. The core value proposition is exactly the same. You get residency in an EU country with minimal stay requirements, 7 days in the first year, 14 days every 2 years after that. You're not relocating, you're not giving up your life somewhere else, you're getting access to the EU with almost no disruption. After 5 years, you're eligible for permanent residency. Now, it is true that they may be changing this to 10 years. But for now it's 5. After 6, you can apply for citizenship. A Portuguese passport gives you visa-free access to over 180 countries. For an American, that's a significant upgrade in global mobility. And Portugal still has one of the most favorable tax environments in Europe for foreign residents, even after the changes to the NHR regime. It's not what it was in 2015, but it's still competitive. Compare that to Spain, where the Golden Visa was scrapped entirely, or Greece, where the minimum investment has doubled in key areas. Portugal raised the bar by removing real estate, but the fund route is still open and the end result, EU residency and a path to citizenship, is still the same. So the program is still strong, but that doesn't mean it's right for everyone. Who it's actually right for in 2026. This is where most content on this topic falls short. People either say it's amazing or it's dead, and neither is helpful. Here's who it makes sense for right now. It makes sense if you're a US investor who wants EU residency without relocating. The minimal stay requirements mean you can keep your life exactly where it is and still build a path to an EU passport. It makes sense if you're comfortable with a 500,000 euro investment that's locked up for a period of years. This isn't liquid money. You need to be okay with that. It makes sense if you're planning ahead. The best Golden Visa applicants aren't people in a rush. They're people thinking 3, 5, 10 years out about where they want optionality. Who it doesn't make sense for: anyone who needs their capital back quickly, anyone who was only interested in it because of the real estate angle, or anyone who isn't prepared to coordinate immigration and tax planning properly. If you're not willing to do it right, the cost of mistakes will eat into whatever value the program gives you. Point 4. The real risk of waiting. Here's the thing people don't talk about enough. Every year, this program gets harder, not easier. Real estate got removed. Processing times got longer. The NHR regime changed. Fund requirements have gotten more scrutinized. The trend line is clear. Portugal is tightening, not loosening. And if you look at what happened in Spain, they didn't tighten. They just killed the program entirely. You realize that the window doesn't stay open forever. I'm not saying Portugal is going to shut down the Golden Visa tomorrow, but I am saying that the people who applied 2 years ago had it easier than the people applying today. And people applying today probably have it easier than people who will wait another 2 years. If you've been thinking about this for a while and keep putting it off, that's the real risk. Not that the program is bad, but that you wait until it's either gone or significantly worse. Point 5. What a smart application looks like right now. If you're going to do it, here's what the actual process looks like in 2026. First, you get proper tax advice. Before anything else, you need to understand how Portuguese residency interacts with your current tax situation, especially if you're American. This step alone can save you more money than the Golden Visa costs. Choose a fund carefully, not based on the lowest minimum, but on fee structure, asset strategy, track record, and hold period. Not all funds are equal, and the differences add up over time. Third, you work with a specialist immigration lawyer, not a general practice firm. Someone who does this every day and can show you their numbers. Fourth, you get the timing right. Documents expire, funds have subscription windows, the sequencing matters, and getting it wrong can add months. And fifth, you treat this as a multi-year commitment, not a transaction. Track your stay requirements, plan your renewals early. Think of this as the beginning of a relationship with Portugal, not a one-time purchase. So is Portugal's Golden Visa still worth it in 2026? If you're the right person with the right setup and you do it properly, yes. It's still one of the strongest residency by investment programs in Europe. The real estate route is gone, but the fund route works. The path to citizenship is real and the program is still open. The honest answer is that it's not as easy as it used to be, but it's still very much worth doing. If you want to talk it through whether it makes sense for your specific situation, book a call with our team. Links in the description. We'll give you a straight answer. Drop a comment if you have questions. I'll see you in the next one.